Hey everybody, welcome back to another What's for Dinner. I have a few ding dinners for you guys. I am sorry that I missed last Sunday's video. We had company through the week and I just totally did not film. But the videos that I took clips of, I will definitely, I'm showing you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. So for the first meal on this video, Luke made some steak sandwiches again. We have showed these several times recently over the past couple months. Luke has been making these and they are so amazing. For the next meal, I made a super simple dinner. I just made some French dip roll-ups. I have showed these too. It has been a long time. But I have had a couple people comment recently saying that, they had tried them and that they were good. So I thought if you're new and you had never seen me make these before, I thought you might enjoy them as well. So like I said, it's super simple. I use just like the store roast beef. You can use the deli as well. You can use whatever lunch meat brand or whatever you like for roast beef. So I just have a can of crescent rolls. I normally do 2, but I forgot that I only had 1, but it worked out fine. And of course, too, it's going to depend on how many people you have in your family that you need to feed. So just make as many as you need. So I just got 1 can there, and then I've got my roast beef. I'm just going to take and put some of that on top of that. And then I also normally put provolone cheese. We ended up eating the provolone cheese before we could get to this recipe. And so I just put some shredded cheese on there. I thought it tasted fine, but I do prefer it with the provolone. I just think, it's just a French dip. It just tastes better. So you just layer these up, and then you're just going to roll them up and then put them on a greased baking dish and just bake them in the oven at 350 until they are nice and golden. You just want to make sure that the dough is cooked through, and you heat up the lunch meat. But these are so simple and delicious. And then to go with these, for the French dip part, I just get a packet of au jus gravy, and then I make it according to the back of the bag directions. And then I just heat that up on the stove, and you have a dinner there, and it is so good. With those, I just served our favorite box mac and cheese, the Kraft cauliflower, and then I had some leftover mashed potatoes, so I just took those, added in an egg, some cheese, a little bit of flour, and some extra seasonings, and made some potato cakes. So this recipe is going to be called my pantry recipe, pantry and freezer. So I just wasn't really craving anything, but I knew I needed to use stuff. So I went to the pantry and I found that jar of alfredo sauce and some pasta. And then I knew I had already thawed out some frozen chicken that had already been cooked. So I grabbed it and then just got some cheese and some bacon and some heavy cream. And I just ended up making like just this delicious pasta dish, chicken alfredo, but with shredded chicken, and it was so good. So along with that, while the water was boiling, I started the green beans. A couple like the last grocery haul before, I had bought a few packages of green beans, and so I just kept eating green beans. I'm the only one that likes green beans, and so I just kept eating them till they were all gone, because I didn't want them to go to waste, and you couldn't freeze those because they're like the fresh ones. Or I don't like the way they taste after you freeze them. And so I just put some butter in the skillet, and then I took those green beans and put them in there, added in some yummy garlic, some bacon, some salt, pepper, and just kind of like made my own little, sauce, I guess, to go on it. And then I just put the lid on it and let it cook. You cook yours until you like. I know some people like them still crispy. I like them mostly cooked down. But they turned out really good. Even Luke tried a couple, and he was like, these aren't bad. So here I'm just cooking the pasta. I didn't use the whole box, but of course it just depends on your liking, or how many people you're feeding. You've seen me have broccoli. I cooked some broccoli for Luke, because I knew he's not a fan of green beans. And he was like, this is a really good meal. So sometimes just stuff that you just throw together is like the best meal of the week. So the pasta is done, and here I am adding it back into the pan. I've got that bag of shredded chicken in there that I pulled out from the freezer, and then I have my jar of alfredo. So I'm just going to mix that up. And then what I do for the remainder of this recipe is I just add until I'm happy with it. So I added in some heavy cream, and then added in some Parmesan cheese. Just kept adding and stirring and waiting a little bit, as it thickens, just to kind of see how you want it. You can add more cheese. You could add cream cheese to this as well. That would be really good. I just hadn't thawed any out, and I didn't want like big chunks of cream cheese. It's better if you thaw your cream cheese out for dishes like that. But like I said, this was a really good dish after it was all put together. What are you doing?
Grilling. Working on melting this. So just turning the holes around, so hopefully it cook more.
We got these at Sam's, and he seasoned them with
Private
Selection Memphis seasoning. For some big pieces of shoulder.
I got my meat all over your grill.
Okay, so along with the shoulder, I'm gonna fix a box of mac and cheese, and then I just have some of these green beans that I had got like in the produce section at Kroger. Picked through them, picked out the ones that were good. And so I've got, I just sprayed some Pam spray because we're out of extra virgin olive oil. And then I'm just gonna put some of this 21 seasoning salute on there. And then I'm also gonna put some coarse kosher, can't even talk, kosher salt. And then I'm just gonna cook them in the air fryer. So I'm just gonna toss them around, and then we will put them in the air fryer and let them cook up till they're nice and crispy and yummy. Now, I am the only one that eats green beans. I know I've said that before, but I bought these and I don't want them to go bad, so I'm just gonna keep eating green beans until they're all gone. So I have to season them pretty heavily, and then I'm just gonna dump them in here, and then just put them in the air fryer, 400, and it always starts at 15 minutes, so we'll just check it throughout. But that is it. And then, like I said, just the mac and cheese. We normally do the cauliflower one, but they were out of stock, and so I just picked up the white bean one. But to me, they taste just the same, and so I always put a slice or two of extra American cheese. So we'll just have that with the shoulder tonight for dinner. And here is the seasoning that he used on the shoulder, in case y'all are wondering. We love this. We've used it a lot. This is our second bottle that we've bought, and we're almost out. So it's really good if you're looking for some new seasonings to try. Private Selection is from Kroger.
Hola, welcome to Green Bean Kitchen. We bought them, so we gonna eat them.
Yep. Mac and cheese. You can. This is already heating up. You can smell it.
Think like vinegar. I guess I'll just wait a little. A little cold. Hickory.
That's what the lighter chunks are.
Yeah, it's hickory chunks. You're on the Akorn griller.
You tell them we got some new.
We got new seasonings.
Who's it from?
All Suckle Busters. Ordered a 6-pack. All the new ones are salt, pepper, garlic, Hoochie Mama, 1836 beef rub, clucker dust, sugar daddy, and hog waller. I seen these on Dead Broke Barbecue, and he had a promo code for them, and they looked really good. He's got a lot of good smoking videos for anybody that wants to watch that.
I can link him in the description box.
But, yeah,
For y'all.
high quality channel, and he's a Wisconsin. But he's got a lot of good things going on there. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic, because this stuff is strong.
And I thought I thawed out 2 pork tenderloins, but instead I accidentally thawed out these 2 are turkey breast, and this was a pork tenderloin, but it looks weird.
So I'm gonna hit the turkey with clucker dust. Too heavy for you?
It looks good. It smells good.
And I think I want to use hog waller on this.
Okay.
No, he highly recommends using the sugar daddy and the hoochie mama together. Because just even the names go together.
Sugar daddy, yeah. Sugar daddy and hoochie mama.
Still use just a little bit of this. This is kind of a base seasoning, like your all-purpose.
Putting the seasoning on the meat.
You guys have been in here for a while.
We've been in here for 3 minutes.
It is a very coarse seasoning. All their seasonings seem to be.
Yeah.
Something I don't know that people know or not, but you're not supposed to rub, you're supposed to pat your seasoning in so it'll stick. If you just rub it, you got hot spots.
Well, that's a tip, because I didn't even know that. For our side dish, I'm gonna make risotto. This is a new recipe I found on Pinterest. I'll have it like just direct link in the description box. So the recipe that I found called for 1 cup of diced onion. Y'all know I'm not a huge fan, so I just did a 1/2 cup, and I used my little chopper, and I did it like really, really fine. So we're gonna let that cook in some butter. And then I'm gonna add some garlic, some minced garlic. It does not call for it, but I'm gonna add it in just to give it some more flavor. And then we will toast our rice. And then we will slowly add in 5 cups of chicken stock. So I just did 5 cups of water and then 5 teaspoons of the Knorr's chicken bouillon powder in that. And so that is just heating up. You don't want it hot, like boiling, but you just want it warm whenever you're adding it in to your rice mixture, because it does a lot better and it doesn't cool the rice down. You want to keep it nice and hot so it's able to soak into the rice. Risotto is not hard to make at all. It sounds intimidating, but it's not, I promise. You just have to be able to stand over the stove, keep an eye on it, add stuff when it needs to be added and whatnot. So if you've never tried it, definitely give it a try. Just do it when you have time and you're not in a rush to try to cook dinner. So I'm gonna let that cook, and then we will add in some garlic, and then we will add our rice, and then the other seasonings is of course salt and pepper, and then 4 ounces of Parmesan cheese, and then a tablespoon of parsley, and I just have dried, so we'll just kind of add it in towards the end just to give it a little fragrance. But I do not like the taste of onions, but the smell with butter, it just smells so good. So that is the side, and then I'll probably do a can of sweet carrots. Okay, so I'm gonna get this can of carrots going. So Kitchen Mama contacted me and wanted me to do a review on their can opener, and of course I said yes. Y'all know I love all things kitchen gadgets. And so this is what it looks like. It comes in a pretty little box. It's like really heavy duty, and this one is battery operated. So you just put 4 AA batteries in it, and then you just pop this back on. Hold on, I'm trying to do this with one hand. And then you just push this button. So let's see how it works. I feel like it's probably gonna go this way. You think? Oh, so then you hit it again to make it stop. And it's magnetic, so just raise it up. So let's see. Nope. It did not cut it. Okay, let's try it. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like it's gonna grab. I don't feel like it's gonna grab that way. Hold on, y'all. I may have to sit you up so I can do this with both hands. Okay. So let's try this thing again. Oh, look. Let me stir my rice. Okay, so I didn't think it cut because it didn't cut like lower down, you know, like a normal can opener would. Okay, so for one, if you're left-handed, I use a can opener different. So like a traditional can opener, you know, you cut it on the inside. For left-handed, it cuts like around the it cuts down here. But this one, that's how this one's made, is to cut around the outside, but it cuts higher up. It cuts up here, which is what I'm not used to. So y'all see where it cut at? So that's pretty cool. Okay, so I just drained the can and I just put some brown sugar and then a little bit of corn syrup. And I just stir it and then let that cook up. And it just makes a nice little sweet sauce on it. I put the lid on the risotto just for a second so I could try to get other stuff done. So I'm gonna pull this off, stir it, and taste it and see if it's ready. But Luke said that the meat is almost done, so we're pretty good timing right now. Okay, so let's go back to this can opener. That was the issue, is because I didn't think it cut, because it cut above that middle line. Like if you use a regular can opener, when I use it, it cuts below. So I was like, it didn't even cut, but it did. It cut the first time. I just didn't see it because it cut above and it cut so smooth. There's no jagged edges at all. It is so smooth. Like I would be fine with Winston helping me. You know, he's not gonna get cut by it. So this thing is friggin' awesome. So far so good. Really liked it. Impressed by the first cut. So, okay, so we've got the pork tenderloin, and then the 2 pieces of the turkey. They look and smell amazing. And then we've got our sweet carrots here. And then the risotto. It looks so good and cheesy and creamy. So this is dinner. Y'all, it is amazing. So stinking good. You knocked it out of the park, babe. Well, that's it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Please comment down below. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.